were surprised when one of the candidates for California governor suggested he'd have California's Attorney General sue the state to overturn the state law that allows transgender student athletes to pick their school sports teams. Now, keep in mind, California Attorney General Rob Bonta is currently defending that law in federal court against the Trump administration, a law that AG Bonta voted to pass when he was in the assembly.
I want to overturn the legislation that enables that. It's not fair. It's not fair for girls who've worked so hard. The governor has the right to challenge legislation and overturn legislation through the courts if the governor believes that it violates the state constitution. We believe that that legislation...
Who's we?
Me and my legal team.
Okay.
Violates the California Constitution in two specific places.
How so?
Section 28, which guarantees safe schools, and Section 31, which bans gender discrimination.
So you're already coming in saying we think there are several California laws that are unconstitutional, and you're going to come in with your lawyers and try to overturn them.
I'll ask the legislature to overturn it. That'll be my first step.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say if we still have the supermajority, it's not going to happen. But okay, assuming they don't overturn it.
Yes.
How does that work with the state attorney general? So the attorney general is elected.
Actually, the attorney general is required to file that lawsuit if the governor determines that it violates the state constitution, regardless of party.
But how hard does the attorney general fight, or who do they assign to that case? Which prosecutor?
It's a great question.
There are things that an attorney general can do to try to kill a lawsuit. I mean, legally speaking, you have to have thought about this. If you have a Republican governor who comes to you and says, sir, you have to file this lawsuit on behalf of the state of California to overturn an existing state law because I believe it's unconstitutional, how do you as AG handle that?
First, the governor is not my boss. My boss is the people of the state of California. I'm independently elected. I'm an independent constitutional officer. I do not answer to the governor. I don't take direction from the governor.
But your office is his legal representation.
They are when the governor seeks it, they are my client. The governor is my client. So he's often my client.
So Steve Hilton, though, could be your client, and he could say, I want you to file this lawsuit on my behalf.
Right. And I can't do things that are unethical, or violate my professional obligations, and that are unlawful. I generally defend the laws of the state of California. That is my duty, unless they're unconstitutional. Sometimes there's a rare example that Kamala Harris thought Prop 8 was unconstitutional and she refused to defend it. But we generally are defending the laws of the state of California. We go through the court process, and if a court decides against us and strikes it down, then we will. But the AG doesn't attack laws of the state of California at the request of a governor. That's not a thing.
Now, the California Constitution clearly states the Attorney General is the chief law enforcement officer, but it also says they are subject to the power of the governor. Now, when Jerry Brown was Attorney General and Kamala Harris after him, they both refused to defend California's same-sex marriage ban. But in that case, it was someone else suing the state to overturn state law. In this case, it would be the governor suing the state. Now, multiple constitutional law experts who we interviewed agreed that if the AG refuses to represent the governor can use state funds to hire outside counsel. So in short, while the governor can't force the attorney general to represent him, the attorney general can't prevent the governor from suing his own state agencies to try to overturn state law.